On the last episode, we splashed our girl.
I think everybody's happy. The boat feels happy.
We completed a few items before heading out to anchor.
What the hell is that? Not super tight, but this will be fine.
Do you know how long it's been since I've seen this? Then we started cruising. Everything was going great, or so we thought. What'd you think about the first night at anchor? You might know me as Brittany from Lazy Gecko Sailing. We had big plans. We just didn't know that everything was about to change.
We've run into a bit of a problem. All the islands' borders are closing. We may not get granted access into the next island. And then if we check out of here, we won't be able to check back in if they close their border.
The plan was to grab some fuel and hop on the dock for a night so we can upload a video. Sounds great. Well, that was until. Drones flying above us. Uncomfortable, to be honest with you. Unsuccessful. Welcome to Lazy Gecko Sailing. I'm Brittany, and this is Jeremiah.
I came from the mud.
We've been sailing the world and filming it all for you.
Strong like a tree.
Now come along with us on our next adventure.
Oh, I've been wrong.
Make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any of the fun.
Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
We just got word that Grenada is on a 7-day, 24-hour-a-day lockdown. When this all started, we were in the States, and China was going through its wave of the virus taking over, and then there were a couple cases on the West Coast popping up, so we knew eventually it would probably take over state by state. We kind of contemplated, should we go back to the boat, our home, which is on the Har, getting boat work done, or should we stay in the States and ride it out? And we opted to go back to Grenada, where we are here now, because staying in the States would mean we were hotel hopping, and we have a higher chance of catching it and a higher chance of giving it to somebody else because we're moving around so much. Anyway, we came back here and got our boat off the Hard. We were working with the boat yard as well to get it done quicker. We happened to pull into the marina to upload a video about a week and a half ago now, and that very day we had no idea, but the country actually went into lockdown on that day. So we were kind of lucky because we need the Wi-Fi to upload videos, although we'd rather be out at anchor. You're not able to go in and out of the marina at this point, so we're stuck on the dock. We can't move. And up until this point, it was a partial lockdown, which means we can't move the boat in and out, but we could get off of the boat and walk around and go to the store for essentials and whatnot between certain hours. Well, today we just got told that for the next 7 days, it'll be a 24-hour lockdown. You aren't allowed to leave your yard or at all. You can only go out in town if you have a medical emergency or you need groceries, but even the grocery store has a very small window for you to get in there and get some groceries. The last time I went to the grocery store was about 2 weeks ago, and it'll probably be about 3 more weeks before I go to the grocery store. We are trying to make do with what we have, and the lockdown isn't a big deal for us because we've already self-quarantined, but we are still involved, and it's a little bit of an odd feeling. We try to get Reese out of the boat every day for a little while to play an activity. We've been filling our time with getting some more stuff done for LGS and all our other platforms, working out a little bit, boat work, school work is another one that we've been doing with Reese. The boys are here now playing some soccer. This was a forced change of pace for us, as it was for so many around the world. We live a pretty fluid lifestyle, though, and are okay with unscheduled changes of plans. That's something 22 years in the U.S. Marine Corps will get you used to. We filled our days with a bit of a schedule and spending time together as a family.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts on the lockdown. How you
nice. Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, able to focus on getting work done, which is cool. Videos and stuff like that, and the boat work and keeping the boat ready to go. Who knows? They could always come out and say, "Hey, everybody needs to look at, everybody needs to lead," and in that case, we'd be ready to go. So I'm fine with it. get a little stir crazy in the boat, but it's all good. You can get out like this. At least we have an area to come out to and play around.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're the only ones living here.
Yeah.
What do you think of the lockdown?
I don't know.
I guess they put this 24-hour lockdown in place for 7 days because people weren't adhering to the rules. You know, they were still getting together and stuff, so that's what I'm trying to do. We got a lot of questions about how we're doing during this COVID-19 situation, so we wanted to have some coffee, sit down and talk.
I pulled into the marina to upload a video, and it was like a Friday or something like that, and that night the island locked down. No boats in, out, or anything, so we're not allowed to leave the marina, but we're also happy that we're in here. You know, we have full use of everything. We have power, Wi-Fi for work, all that. If we were out at anchor, we'd have trouble because the Wi-Fi is not good. We have limited data, so it really worked out well for us. But they shut the food service down pretty much right away.
Yeah.
Everything, and so we couldn't get food for how long was it?
Gee, 4 weeks, but thankfully 2 weeks before that I had provisioned the boat, and then it was about a month. So I'd say we almost went 6 weeks without going to the grocery store, and they opened it up for 1 day for the whole island, and this is how it went. Feeling a bit defeated. So they opened up the grocery store today just for certain hours. I went and got in line about 15 minutes before they opened, but I didn't realize that they were letting elderly and workers go first, so that line just kept filling up. I stood in line for about 6 hours in the hot sun. They were handing out water, so that was awesome. It was a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest with you. There were drones flying above us. People were getting irritated because the lines were moving so slow. I think they were letting in between 10 and 20 people at a time, and they had 25 minutes to shop. There's 14,000 people on this island. So from what I understand, they came from all over the island to shop at these two main grocery stores. So I ended up having to leave because I'm supposed to do a live feed. I have to get ready. I was hoping to fill up my what is now empty cart and my cruising backpack. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna figure something else out. They are talking about doing like food delivery, vegetable trucks and different things. So I think I'm just gonna do that and get what we can get. Beggars can't be choosers, right? So just gotta go with what we can get and not have the luxuries of what we'd want or desire. I'm on my way back to the boat now. Feeling a little defeated, a little odd, and definitely taken out of my comfort zone. It's a learning experience though. I'm definitely living and feeling, which is great, you know, doing this and seeing how different things work in different parts. But besides that, the island's doing a really, really good job. So my grocery shopping the other day was unsuccessful. I stood in line for 6 hours, and it was probably going to be about 2 more hours before I got in the store. I was sunburnt, dehydrated, and really, really hungry. I had gotten there at 7:45 in the morning, and that just wasn't cutting it. But today I was sitting out on the dock having a glass of wine, and a security guard came over and told me that a truck had rolled up and they were selling vegetables out of it. So I quickly put on my mask, my gloves, and went to go buy some vegetables. I'm gonna show it to you right now. It's pretty cool. This is what I got. Beautiful vegetables. Of course, I'm gonna have to wash them really, really good. Peppers, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, cantaloupe, mango. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Heading on over to the quarantine dock. In about 30 minutes, a shipment of food should be here. That's my cart. Jeremiah is bringing a second one because we did get cases of beer. I won't be able to carry 2, so he's gonna come help me. And then that's the quarantine tent.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I think we're going on 4 weeks strong.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool though. We just ran out of fresh fruits and vegetables. I was able to get some yesterday. A van pulled up and I was able to get some. That was awesome. I also put in an order before that for a bunch of stuff, and they're supposed to show up today around 5-ish. They got permission from the government to go to the grocery store without any of the public, and they can get provisions for people if you order. You just pay for the service. I don't know how much it is, but at this point I really don't care. Food's been a little bit hard to get. There's food on the island, it's just there's so many people and it's hard regulating how you go get it. So this is interesting, you know. We have our gloves, our masks, 2 carts, and I think they pull up. I already gave them our credit card information, so I think they bill us tonight and they'll hand us the groceries and we'll be on our way back to the boat.
We don't get them because they don't
Okay,
get
cool.
them.
Grenada was really starting to get things together. The grocery delivery service was a perfect way to get food into everyone's hands while the stores were still locked down. Lots of good stuff. No beer, but that's okay. I'm gonna put in another order.
And they brought scotch.
They did?
Yeah.
What kind?
Well, here's the one I ordered. That's all you had on there, really.
Somebody over there got Glenfiddich.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he was all excited.
They didn't have it on the list.
Yeah, maybe he added in. I think he asked for Glenlivet. Yeah, they got him Glenfiddich.
Dang, come it.
Things are starting to really look up in the food department. I put in an order. Well, everything's on delivery, and today's like a huge day for delivery. The island got approval. So right now, the meat person that I ordered from is bringing me, I don't even know, like $400 in meat. I don't really know what I got. I hope it's not too much. The veggie truck is coming midday, so that's really cool. And then I put in an order with the company that brings kind of like the dry goods and whatever they can grab. So flowers, pastas, a bunch of different things. So today's a really big day for food. I will be literally going back and forth to the boat in the trucks all day long to fill the boat. So yeah, I'm really excited.
We got our meat delivery. Meat delivery.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool.
How'd it go?
Really good. So they pulled up in a van with cooler bags, and there's 2 other boats in this marina that are doing it. And I got like a big thing of meat. There's ribs, chicken, bacon, steaks. They kind of give you a list to choose from. So I got 2 bags. It was about $300, but really good quality meats, and they deliver it.
That's cool.
You know, it's great. I'm happy with it. And I also bring the bags just to kind of, so the food doesn't leak into the wagon, but it's been amazing. It folds up. Grab this out, pull up here, and this slides right in the side.
Yeah, that thing's been pretty great.
And if like you're waiting in lines like we are now, I just use this for like keep the sun off me. But it's amazing, and I saw like other people were like, oh man, I wish I had one of those, because when you go to the grocery store you can only get as much as you can carry in bags. This allows us to carry much more, and with the big hefty wheels it like goes through a bunch of terrain. It's been awesome. I love it. And we just store it up above. We hardly use it, but when you need something, you have it. It's great. As you can see, at first it was a little bit difficult, and as time has gone on, the island has learned how to get through this situation, the food situation, and they're really doing a great job now.
Yeah, the delivery is amazing. It's
Insane.
amazing. They even have the good scotch coming now.
I know. Well, they always did. It's just we didn't know that we could order it.
Yeah.
So we could have gotten it all the whole time.
And beer. I mean, I got what 24 Heinekens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 48 Heinekens. 48 Heinekens, 24 Coronas or something like that. So I know it's all about beer over here, but
Yeah. So he was really
the
happy.
luxuries, yeah.
I mean, as long as we can get flour and peanut butter, really we can survive.
Yeah, no, it's been great. And Brittany's been cooking bread or baking bread. That's been awesome. And it's really cool because Reese is learning how to make the bread and stuff like that. So, I mean, those are really important things to instill in kids. I never learned that kind of stuff as a kid. And I think it's really good for him to experience that.
Yeah, I agree. And now we are able to go to the grocery stores this week, 3 days a week, but I kind of enjoy the delivery because it keeps contact to a minimum with the outside community. So I'm okay with continuing down the road of delivery with this all going on. You know the feeling. We're all starting to get a little cooped up. That's okay though, things could always be worse. We were starting to get used to the lockdown life, just in time for the next big change. Coming up on the Lazy Geckos.
We got the air wing over here, charging lithium batteries with our engine. Now it goes from the alternator to the house bank.
My favorite beaches. I'm doing a lentil soup. It's a really big area down there.
You ready for him to drill into the boat? We're departing on Sunday. We're looking at 10 to 12 days. The max wind for our whole passage should be 21.3 knots. Came out to anchor so we could stage for our crossing.
This is day one of our trip from Grenada back to the United States.
We are freaking cooking. What's the speed right now?
We were having trouble sleeping.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Some checks around the boat. John were here, he'd tell you to attach a beer to it and he'd be there for days.
No, he'd say a six-pack.
A six-pack. Looks like a foot massage.
It looks hard. During a storm, you should put stuff in your microwave. That's just sprinkling now.
Yeah, now it's sprinkling. Oh, there's another one coming. Want more? Check us out at lazygeckos.net. Remember, patrons can get complimentary access. You can also visit our Vimeo channel. The link is below. Don't forget to click subscribe to get all of the fun. See you next week.